Good evening. My name is Shalani Phillips, and this is my week 3 PowerPoint presentation on history of bilingual education in the United States. 1906, the Nationality Act, Texas. This act is used from the Bureau of Investigation for diverse individuals to learn English before becoming a full United States citizen. 1944, Mohawk Key Lock versus Steinbeck. This act is for parents to gain rights to have their offspring to speak their foreign language prior to the 14th Amendment. 1954, Brown versus Board of Education. This act is also referred to as separate but equal. This act considered blacks and whites to become unconstitutional and trigger segregation within the society. 1964 Civil Rights Act, signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson. The law is provided for basic rights of minorities. It prohibits racial discrimination of employment and education. 1965 Elementary and Secondary Education. This act provides equal opportunity for students to engage commitment of educational structure of learning. 1974 Bilingual Education Act, obtaining a recognition of diverse students to speak English emergently with a slight blend of advanced English language speakers. 1974 Law vs. Nichols. This is a program provide language issues to bilingual students. It impacts the education system for Chinese students to fix one linguistic abilities to enhance equality in English education. 1999 State Initiative in Utah. This provides the building blocks of educational standards from K through 3 grade levels to receive proper tools for their needs. This will expand writing and literacy programs. 2000 Proposition 203. This program is for students to use their second language methods in classrooms and limiting the injunction of English language learners. 2001 No Child Left Behind Act, signed by President George W. Bush. This act ensures academic and structured learning for English language and disabled learners to receive the proper assessment needed to achieve their success in education. Explain the goals of the CCSS and how our English learners include the initiative. This is in providing a brief, comprehensive analysis of the approach behind the CCSS and the layout initiative. The Board of Education members must dwell the needs of ELLs resembling to CCSS. For ELLs to be better supported to achieve these standards, board members must obtain an elementary and secondary education. In addition to No Child Left Behind Act to increase mastery levels of exploitation of the educational system. What is the most impact on understanding regarding the history of bilingual education? What do you find more surprising? The event that I have more impact on is the Civil Rights Act of 1964. What made it surprising is when they both races were segregated from schools, employment, whichever places that they be. They were being unfair when it comes to jobs, being paid minimum wages, um, not having women to vote, etc. Um, to this present day, I believe that everything is equal the way it should, and we all deserve to be together in one piece as a whole. The significance of bilingual education. The significance of bilingual education is not a gift, but is a gathering of one's language and formation and making a nation as a whole, from education to employment. All diverse individuals are different in some ways, but equal based on the heritage that they were raised. Are the significance of bilingual education a positive or a negative implications? I think it's a positive implication. Why? How is influence from one language to another one can become multilingual. An American can travel to countries in which they have or have not known a foreign language. This also brings foreign people together in learning English. For instance, if I'm in high school learning Spanish, this can bring more people together in learning Spanish because if I go to any places like my job and you have a foreign person speaking a different language and you don't understand it, this could give me an opportunity to learn their language as well, so you won't be feeling confused when it comes to them asking a question. But until this on this present day, we have those. I seen teachers that have different kids in the classroom speaking that language, but they have not been taught that language to that child. So they really kind of set that teacher behind because they have never had learned that before they became a teacher, and that's a big struggle on that. Um, I also watch shows on television to where individuals they think they know the language, but they really don't. And you have kids that's really sitting there trying to demonstrate what they learned to them, and that's sort of like unbalanced for them. So for an educator and a future teacher, I think it's best to learn bilingual education because you never know who you'll be in the classroom that be in a bunch of foreign kids that you might not know. And it's best to have them to learn at an early age because as they grow, they will be around millions of people that may not speak the language that they're in. So this will help them a lot. But overall, don't teach them a lot of it. Just start with the basic and go on up. Again, this is my week 3 PowerPoint assignment on the history of bilingual education. I have finally got my voice back, and I have tried my best to get the question right. If not, at least I did try. And I hope you enjoy this and have a blessed night.